Hi, my name is Darnisha Taylor, and I'm a musician. Well, when I was 3 years old, my grandmother, she had me sing in church for an Easter program. I knew, first of all, that I could keep a tune because I'd been in church or going to church for a long time. And so I'd sing along with the hymns, and I'd sing along with the grown-ups. And I would always go to the harmony parts. So she kind of grasped right away that I had an ear for music. So she decided that I should sing a special song. What I learned then is how much you had to practice, because she made me sing that song over and over and over again. So even today, I still remember the song. It goes like this. Oh, what a pretty little baby, born in a manger. Oh, what a pretty little baby, and Jesus was his name. I just knew right away, her example that she set for me right away was, you have to practice if you're going to get something right and remember it in front of a large group of people. So that's where it began, and I just continued to sing throughout the course of my life. I remember falling in love with The Sound of Music, and every single year we had to sit down as a family and watch The Sound of Music. And I would drive my brother crazy because I'd be walking around the house singing, "The hills are alive with the sound of music." Because I had started singing in the church so young, it became a very important part of my development as a singer and as a musician. I didn't think about the fact that I would be doing it for the rest of my life as a living. I thought, yeah, I'll always probably sing in a choir and I'll always be involved in some way, but I didn't anticipate that it would be something that I could earn money doing. I just had no idea that I could do that, because we grew up very, very poor. I grew up very, very poor, and so I didn't actually make money doing something that you liked. I figured you had to do like what my dad did, and that was work at Chrysler. And you had to do the factory job in order to be able to provide for your family, and to grow up and start seeing examples of people who were doing music for a living really inspired me and influenced me. But it still took me a while to come to the place where I knew that it was something I was going to do for the rest of my life. Advocates, I would say, start with my grandmother, with my mom, my dad, folks that started cheering me on very, very early. I have to say that Mr. Jacobus, my band teacher, really taught me how to make music musical. And I know that sounds strange, but if you've ever heard of somebody who plays an instrument, you can hear them like play their piano or sing a song, but you don't really hear their heart and soul flowing through it. He taught me phrasing and inflection and things that were really important to learn in my development. I just released a new CD, and it's called Praise You Live. Done a lot of music that is either it's original music or it's music that I've arranged. That's one of the things I love to do, having the experience of understanding lots of genres of music. I like to be able to mix and mingle them together to create my own personal style. So kids, do your thing. Let what naturally flows out of you. Learn history, learn, whatever it is that you want to go into, learn the craft, and then take it and put your own special spin on it. Because that is what creates something unique. That is what creates something that people want to hear that hasn't been heard before. Don't just sound like everybody else. I love encouraging artists to be creative, because I think so often we're told, play what's on the sheet. And for folks that are truly, truly creative, it's an expression and an encouragement to be able to do what flows naturally out of you. One of the questions was, what would you do if you weren't doing this? And I honestly can say, I have no idea. Sometimes that can be difficult when you have walked through pain. I'm thankful though for the avenue of singing, of being able to do what I enjoy doing. Music sometimes can be easy to take for granted, because if you naturally have a certain talent and you grew up doing it, sometimes you can assume that it will always be with you, that you'll always have the opportunity to do it, and it's just not true. So it's so important to take advantage of every moment, to be thankful for every moment, no matter how small, and you don't know which moment is going to produce something that is so valuable for you. When I got out of college, I understood that there's bills to pay. So I wasn't always able just to sing or just to, you know, play my instrument. There was a time when I had to be responsible and earn an income doing what I needed to do. But when there came opportunity for me to be able to sing, I actually was doing both. I was working a regular job and singing for free. And the more I did that, the more opportunities came to me, and it grew into something that allowed me to be able to make a living. I was at a huge competition, a national competition. You had to go through several rounds of elimination in this competition. And I made it to the final round. And I remember I'm standing in front of these record producers, and I'm standing in front of this big crowd of people. And on the stage, I start to sing, and I close my eyes because I'm getting into it, and I lose my balance and trip. I got dizzy or something, and I just lost it. And I thought to myself, that's it. I totally just blew this incredible opportunity. And it would have been very easy for me just to stop right there and give up and say, I know I blew it, so I'm just gonna walk off the stage right now because this is very embarrassing. But I completed it, and I feel like I completed it strong. You gotta stay in the game. You can't give up when you mess up, because I can't tell you how many times I've been humiliated in front of a crowd of people. I've been embarrassed, I've messed up, I haven't done it the right way, I haven't performed my best, but what it did is those kinds of mess ups inspired me to do better the next time. I don't feel like I'm a genius at all. I feel like I enjoy doing what I do. I've learned a lot, and I continue to learn. Every time I speak to people, every time I teach a student, I have a number of students, and every time I have the opportunity to do that, I learn more. My advice for new learners: once you find something that you think you like, stick with it long enough to give yourself a chance. Once you have decided that you like it well enough to spend time with it, spend the time that you need to with it. And you're not always going to love it. You're not always going to be perfect at it. You will, in my opinion, most of my students, most of the folks that I've worked with, because I worked with people that are your age, I worked with people that are a lot older than you, and they all say the same thing: man, I wish that I had spent more time doing this when I was younger. So the younger you are, the quicker it is for you to pick up on things, so stay with it now, because when you get older, you will really, really appreciate it.